Clary, she was walking down the road and she passes the institute and she's like, whoa, how did I get to the institute? No freaking way. So then she taps on the door and she's like, by the angel eye! Then Jace opens the door and he's like, I didn't expect to see you here. She's like, I didn't expect to see you here either. I thought you went to Puerto Rico. I came to see Isabel. And then Isabel pops up and she's like, no, I'm in Puerto Rico too. And then, wait, she's like, but this isn't Puerto Rico. How are you in Puerto Rico but you're at the institute? And then Isabel is like, well, actually, I just got back from Puerto Rico. I got you a souvenir. So she pops out a pacifier. And the pacifier's like, how do you do? I'm a talking pacifier. And Jace is like, get out of here, Isabel. We have to have some alone time. Yeah. So then Clary is like, okay, Jace, let's go to your room. He's like, okay. So then they go to his room and they're like, okay, let's make out. So Clary's like, all right, I'll make out with you, but we're brother and sister, so I don't know how that's going to go down with your adoptive mother. And he's like, no, she's fine with it. I already asked her. And so Jace, he takes out another pacifier. And Clary's like leaning in to kiss him. And Jace is leaning in to kiss her. And the pacifier starts talking. And it's like, how do you do? And Clary is like, where did you get that thing? And Jace is like, stop talking like the pacifier. It's my pacifier. Why are you talking like it? So then Hodge pops in. And Hodge is like, I lost my keyring. And then Hodge sees that they're about to like make out because he can sense the vibes in the room, of course. And he's like, Alec, get in here. You have to like tell Jace that you're his and stuff. I mean, he's yours and stuff. So Alec runs in, of course, and Alex like starts crying because he sees them like he can feel the vibes. The vibes are like all over the room, and then it's a very awkward silence in the room. And then the pacifier goes, anyone want to play baseball? So then they all go down to this baseball field. And they're walking down the road. And there's this, like, they're looking around. And Jace is like, Clary, do you see that? And Clary's like, I don't see anything. He's like, work your eyes. Peel away the glamour. So she peels away the glamour with her eyes. And what she sees is a magical land where hot dogs roam free. And they go, and there's this hot dog seller, and his name is Valentine. And Valentine's like, would you like a hot dog? And Clary's like, Dad, I told you to leave us alone. Why are you here? God. And Valentine's like, I just wanted to sell you a hot dog, sweetie. And he's like, an army of hot dogs. And Simon pops up out of the blue, just kind of appears there. Just, I don't know where he came from. Just kind of appears there. It's like, this guy likes armies, stabs Clary in the ribs. But he stabbed a little too hard in the ribs. So Clary's like, that really hurt, Simon. Then you hear this, like, snapping sound. And Jace is like, Simon, you broke her ribs again. You know, she's like a piece of paper in there. So then they're all driving to the hospital. And then Clary's mom comes. And Clary is like, Mom, I thought you were in a magically induced coma. And Clary's mom's like, oh, I was. But then this nematode walked in and said, you know, your daughter needs you. I'm going to put a magical spell on you to get you out of the coma if you join my tribe of nematodes. So, I mean, she had to agree. She had to agree. Clary was, you know, she had her ribs broken by Simon. So she's like, Simon, how could you do this? And then Simon's like, okay, I'll just kill myself. So then Simon, like, finds a knife. Why would there be a knife in a hospital? Nobody knows. And he, like, stabs himself. And Clary's like, well, that's that. Now I can have Jace to myself because I know Simon liked Jace. So Simon pops back from the dead, and he's like, but I want Jace to myself. And he's like, but Clary's like, no, you're a ghost. And he's like, no, I'm not a ghost. I never really died. See, I had this bulletproof vest on that stopped the blade from entering me, because I got really scared and put it on me really fast. So Clary's like, okay, you can have Jace. And Jace is like, what? I don't want to, he's such a bad I don't like him. And then they start, like, having a slap fight, Jace and Simon, but they're not really touching each other. Just, like, they're on either side of each other, slapping with their eyes closed. But Claire's like, this is really dumb. Neither of them are actually touching each other. They think they are, but they're not. So then she runs to get Luke. And Luke is like, are Simon and Jace having a slap fight again? So then he turns into a werewolf. And he goes to beat up Simon because he thinks that Simon is really a vampire. And Simon's like, yeah, I'm a vampire, how'd you know? So then they go to Hollywood. And Hollywood says, hey, all you people listening, did you think I was a place in California? Because I'm a person! and then Hollywood says that he would like to meet Stephanie Meyer. So Stephanie Meyer pops there out of the blue. She's like, how did I get here? I summoned you with my Hollywood demon powers. And then Jace appears and he's like, you're a demon? And Hollywood's like, fuck yeah. And Jace is like, I'll have to slaughter you. But he's like, I just wanted to meet Stephanie Meyer. What is the problem? And Stephanie Meyer's like, you know what? I have to go back to Edward now because I'm actually in a relationship with him right now. And we were just in the middle of having sex. That's why I'm naked. And I can't believe you summoned me here with your magic demon powers. And then, so she's about to, like, poof back into thin air. When Jace says, wait! We have hot dogs. So then Valentine's, like, appears out of nowhere. And he's like, yes, we do have hot dogs. An army of hot dogs! So then this random old guy appears. And he's like, I want a hot dog! So Clary decides to put a spell on him with her magic shadow hunting powers. She's like, I didn't know I had shadow hunting powers. Well, you do, Jace says. So she turns him into a little 5-year-old girl. And he's like, and the little girl is like, guys, where did I put my vibrator? And Clary says, oh, I have it. So she gives it back to the little girl and she like skips off. Yay, now I can have fun with myself all the time. So she skips away, and they're all just kind of standing there awkwardly, when out of nowhere, Dumbledore appears! So Dumbledore is like, okay, this isn't even the right story anymore. I mean, what's Stephanie Meyer doing here? What the fuck am I doing here? So Dumbledore's like, does anyone know where my pillow went? Because I was hugging it when you took me away. And he's like, wait. Harry, my boy! I thought you were having an affair with Hermione, but then I realized that it was all a lie! And then he, like, dies. But then Clary says, wait, no. The 6th movie just came out, so you're already dead. But then he kind of twitches. He twitches a little, and Clary's like, oh, right, no, he likes to twitch. So then, Valentine starts talking. And he's like, I just farted really loud, and I don't think anybody noticed at all. And then Clary is like, Jace, did you notice? And Jace's like, yeah, I mean, he's been farting this whole time. Did no one else notice? And then, Clary sticks this dagger into Jace's heart. And Jace is like, what in the world was that for? Come on, why would you, this isn't making sense. And Clary's like, I like it when you bleed. So he's like, oh, okay, so he stabbed himself again. Jace stabbed himself. And Claire's like, oh, yeah. And Simon's like, oh, I don't have to see this. I mean, I love Jace. I love him so much. I'm gay, I'll admit it. And he kind of like, he's in a fit of rage. He tears off his glasses and breaks them in half and then sexily pulls off a strand of his hair. And he's like, you know, Clary, tell Jace that I'm not speaking to him, and he can have this. So he hands Clary the strand of hair, and Clary's like, let's all go watch. We're gonna watch. And Jace's like, I don't know what we're gonna watch. And Clary's like, we're all gonna watch Bewitched!